Letter to the editor. Newspaper letters. Keep in mind that you have a broad audience, but the readers have at least some community interests. Reasons that newspapers publish letters is to show that they believe in the rights of the individual to free speech. Purpose. The most common purposes for writing letters to the editor are to draw attention to specific concerns, causes, issues, or events, to express gratitude, congratulations, interest, appreciation for something that someone has done for an individual, group, or in the community, to invite others to offer suggestions or take action, to make suggestions about where things should go from here. For example, what might people do about concerns over changes in zoning in a town, make suggestions about what might be the next actions taken by a group of citizens who feel that certain dog breeds are a threat to public safety, to express personal opinions about something which is currently an issue in order for all viewpoints to be heard. Tips for a good letter. In order to write a good letter to the editor, follow these hints. Keep it short. If you're responding to an article, give the name of the article, the author, and the date published. This will let other readers know exactly what you're discussing. Briefly summarize the article you're responding to so those who did not read the original article can still understand your argument. Present your view in a logical, persuasive manner and quote from the original article as needed to strengthen your argument. Be sure to provide support for any arguments you raise. Conclude with a call to action or a statement that will linger in the minds of the readers. Sign the letter. A newspaper must have the writer's name and address on file, even if it does not appear in print. An example. Yesterday I was quite shocked while I was studying at the town library. At the table next to mine, a group of 3 individuals sat down and began to eat a meal right out in the open. At first, I was shocked by such a brazen act, as I could not imagine that anyone in their right mind would try to munch on anything more than a breath mint so openly in the public library, but I soon became more agitated as the fumes from their meals of fried fish and chips began to waft in my direction. Soon the gorging became evident to everyone in the general area, yet none of the employees of the library seemed to notice or approach the gluttonous group to ask them to eat their grease-soaked meal elsewhere. Finally, after several minutes, when it became apparent that I would have to put up with the vile smell of grease and fish, which personally made me ill, I went to the librarian's desk to report the misconduct of my fellow patrons. I was appalled when the librarian informed me that the policies about food in the library have recently changed. Apparently, I was the person who was doing something wrong by reporting the group. I have had some difficulty digesting this change in policy by a library, although I welcome the opportunity to sip on a steaming latte while I work or read there in the future. I question the need for the rule change in the first place. This article includes strong language, serious but humorous tone, also vivid language. Here's another example. The heading, September 21st, 2030, the editor, Morningside News, with the address, the greeting is Dear Editor, the body, I wish to applaud the efforts of the city's Streets and Sanitation Department for its excellent and timely work at cleaning the streets after the Labor Day parade. In approximately 2 hours after the end of the parade, the streets were totally free of paper and other debris. As a taxpayer, I feel that in this instance my dollars were well spent. Closing statement, sincerely yours, and the signature, Andy Anyone.